to you during this webinar. Good morning.
Good morning, Mom.
Good morning,
Can you
ma'am.
hear me clearly?
Morning,
Yes,
mom.
Mom.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, mom. Here. Mom,
Yes,
very
ma'am.
clear.
Yes, okay. How are you today? How's the happy morning, everyone?
It's good, mom.
You're good?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. I don't want to bore you. That's the first goal for today. Since I'll be sharing my experience with the Union Bank and Citibank merger, which been for a quite time we've been experiencing, and now I hope my insights would help you, especially that you would be entering the corporate world, and I hope I can able to share some very wonderful insights. Okay, do you want me to start already? I'll just share my screen. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, Mom.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, for this part, this is just my first page. So uh, I want to be this presentation be interactive. So I'll start with what is your idea with Union Bank as a local bank here in the Philippines? Okay, hello. Okay, right. I see. Wait, I'll just share. Yeah, Union Bank is one of the universal banks in the Philippines. And the merger with Citibank started with a since there are a lot of banks also would compete to buy Citibank, and it was in uh, August 2022 that the acquisition was done. So you see my screen or not?
There's nothing, ma'am.
Okay.
There's nothing that.
I'll open it again. Okay. Gusto mo ito send the file? Okay, sorry. Okay, okay. Can you see the? Sorry for the interruption. Can you hear me again?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
Um,
Okay. So again, since you've mentioned, Union Bank is one of the universal banks in the Philippines, and Union Bank is one of the top 10 banks in the Philippines, and at the same time, yung competition talaga with the with big banks is very evident, and syempre with us as part of Union Bank for almost 16 years, we have competition, and it's so evident with our customer service. We're always compared with different banks, especially with our Union Bank Online. So I'll give a brief background with Union Bank, uh, about what's their our purpose, credo, and focus. So next slide, please. Okay. For Union Bank, a purpose is our goal is to co-create innovations for a better world. And our essence is the power of future of banking. We have these values. We have integrity, Magis, and Ubuntu. Integrity is doing honestly things, and Magis is doing more, and Ubuntu is doing as a community. So being a union banker for 16 years, these are valid our values. So every work interaction we have with our clients, with our co-employees, it shows. So next is our credo. We are a dynamic company of future forward thinkers committed to bringing the future of banking to the present of being forward thinking, innovative, open, and agile. We seek to provide our customers with the best solution and experiences. We are more than a bank. We seek to transform lives of Filipinos. Our focus is on you because at Union Bank, the future begins with you. I'll share something with our credo. You would see innovative, open, and agile. At Union Bank, we always we have this part. We have this a program in which we are required to share knowledge. If we have things on our process that needs improvement, and this will be worked out as projects, and it would be implemented once it's good and everything. There's no part of the policies that would not be endangered, especially where banks are guided by BSP. We have these following policies and structures that we need to follow, especially this for the past few months we are under the BSP audit. So BSP always checks on our processes, on how we do and deal with our customers, and how we check our accounts. That's a very important thing, especially in the banks. If ever the policies are, if there are policies that always in line with the BSP. So, and there is a mention of agile. Agile is like we always be able to adapt and help customers. It's like always doing better, always is just better experience for sharing things. Like example, if ever we would have updates from customers for their complaints, we would try to update them as much as possible, give them what, since at banks we always have this customer related complaints and inquiries that needs to be updated, especially when it deals with their credit cards, with their accounts. since we are in almost digital, there are usually the system, but there's the things that like uncredited fund transfers, and there are things that like the system, like the app. There are usually the problems that we always encounter. But we as a bank, we try to do everything to resolve their concerns. So, as said, our focus is on you. Union Bank is customer driven. Customer driven, that we try our best on on clients' needs, always their priority. And everything, since we also, if you there are we have also branches that operate even at Sundays, but just small branches. So since acquisition of Citibank, more clients was going to our branches now. So next, our focus is banks corporate vision to top three universal banks. So our goal since the acquisition of Citibank is to be part of the top three universal banks in the Philippines. And Union Banks would hoping that it would be a focus and a reality soon. And next is for we have this vision: financial value, operational excellence, superior innovation, customer franchise, and Union Bank brand experience. Financial value, we do good market and investments. Operational excellence, we try our best to serve good or to serve as a good bank. Superior innovation, we try to help businesses and individuals to have more access with their money. Customer franchise, we would want to always clients opening accounts with Union Bank, so there will be more Union Bank users. Another is Union Bank brand experience. Our Union Bank brand is experience is like Union Bank is always doing the innovation, especially with businesses. Like with our portal or the business online access, we the clients can do everything. Transfers, dealing transfers, crediting payroll, just on their own. All they need to have is to apply for the access, and our back end or our IT department would be able to give them everything that they can do just with that access. They can transfer, pay do bills payment, especially with the government agencies, especially with BIR, since the and other government agencies they need to pay. It's all in our it's all in their hands already. So the next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, yeah, Union Bank and Citibank. The merger, the it was advised as employees. It was advised to us as August 2022. That was the acquisition, or that was the first part, or the legal day one of the merger of Union Bank and Citibank. That time, Union Bank and Citibank still works as two separate entities, but they are handled by Union Bank. So there are Citibank cards that still Citibank in the card, but there's the Union Bank at the back. Not sure, I was not able to check, but share. But there is the the function was we are handling Citibank at that time. So there are two separate systems. It seems that that year, for August 2022, we're just handling Citibank. So just there is the banks, the Citibank operations is still the same, but they are handled by Union Bank. Then come March 2024. This is the what is formal merging, which is the products of Union of Citibank has been rebranded, and the systems are also merged with Union Bank. Honestly, March 24, 2024, uh, the experience was we are on guard for complaints because a year prior the formal consolidation, we have this, we were advising clients to download this app. Once downloaded, the accounts would be already seen and as a Union Bank accounts already. However, since time since they would be stopping the Citibank brand all systems on March 2024, so we are on guard for any complaints. And actually there are some, since the especially with the checks, there are even the payments, because there are times that there were unposted due to the reason that it was not already recognized after March 2024. So there are certain transactions done with that date became on float. However, it was already resolved to be posted on their accounts if ever they made payments or deposits. And with that consolidation, actually there are things like we encountered several complaints like they cannot add their accounts to the Union Bank app, which is normal since there are individuals by them that there has previous Union Bank accounts. So with that, there are times that they don't have the same profile. So then there was the problem that the system or the app cannot recognize the account, since there are two different, it seems they would see that it two different entities. So and but this was resolved by asking client to update their information to the latest details so that they can add their account. So things like or the as a as a branch personnel, as Citibank has this they said that all honestly the Citibank clients that always come to us in branches would always say that they don't usually go to the branches. However, since the acquisition, and they were not used to going to branches, and that is the part that Union Bank is trying to improve now, that they can do everything more with their Union Bank apps. And as of now, there are a lot of projects and pipeline that making Union Bank app even superior, so that they can do banking just at their fingertips. So they don't need to go to branches anymore. The latest updates on our apps, they can do even dollar fund transfers. But previously we cannot do that. But now they can also do that by their just on their apps. So the changes that we experience first is very the customers are usually uh, not there are some clients that don't like the change, but gradually they understand. So it's much better now since March 2024. And with that, changes really change is very normal, and that's what we are trying to explain to clients. And merging businesses, especially with Union Bank and City, it's quite a journey since Citibank is a big bank. Much clients have been visiting Union Bank, not like before. That's Union Bank as one as local bank, but now it's part of it's acquired City. A lot of clients. There are a lot of products that were launched. So if you can see on the next slide, please, the the products of Citibank has been there. The Citibank branded products have been done for equivalent Union Bank products. So you can see that on our screen. There are different products for Citibank, but with Union Bank, it's just consolidated for a simple products already to cover everything. So like for Union Bank Peso, for Citibank Peso Everyday Banking, it became Union Bank Peso Everyday Banking. Citibank Dollar Access became Union Bank Dollar Everyday Banking. Citibank Peso E-Savings, Union Bank E-Savings. Their City at Work Peso Payroll Saver become Union Bank Premier Plus Peso Savings. City at Work Peso Everyday became Union Bank Premier Plus Peso Checking. And City at Work Dollar Saver, Union Bank USD Savings. And for Citibank, for different Citibank dollar savings, Citibank Australian, British Pound, Euro Saver, Citibank Hong Kong Dollar Saver, Citibank Japanese Yen, Citibank Singapore is just Union Bank Foreign Currency Saver, and Citibank Peso High Rate Saver became Union Bank High Rate Saver. Citibank Peso Bonus Saver became Union Bank Peso Bonus Saver. So with this consolidation and merging business is a challenging uh, challenging experience because and because of operations, we can see and we can feel really the complaints, the experiences of clients because they always come to us. So there are times that me being a union banker, you need to have a lot of patience, and especially we are customer driven. We must be help clients with their needs. We do the extra mile for their needs. So as this, I there was a time that we have the acquisition last March. We had this event, and the Citibank group head mentioned that they chose Union Bank because Union Bank is customer driven than other local banks here, because City is embodied as also customer chosen Union Bank because it would embody still Citibank in things like customer focus and the needs of clients always the priority and convenience. So especially like now with our digital banking, it really helps that with the innovations of Union Bank, it's good for customers and businesses too. since the platform in business really uh, very it is really there it is having this innovative landscape every almost every day. Or honestly, we are also being there are still scams, but as Union Bank, we try our best to protect that from protect customers from that, and always reminds customers to keep their accounts safe. So this is is part of my experience as a Union Bank branch ambassador with the acquisition with Union Bank and Citibank. And thank you for inviting me, and I'm open for any questions, so you can start.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gatchalian, for that very insightful presentation. It was incredibly informative and inspiring. So I'm sure many of us have burning questions. Now let's dive into our open forum. This is our chance to engage directly with our expert speaker. Let's make the most of this opportunity. For the open forum.
Thank you so much, Miss Mary J. Ann Gatchalian, for that insightful presentation. I'm sure our audience has gained a lot of valuable knowledge. Now we will open the floor for questions from our participants. Before we begin, just a few reminders for everyone. If you have a question, kindly raise your hand using the raise feature or type your question in the chat box. So please keep your questions concise and relevant to the topic discussed. And also encourage everyone to stay respectful and allow the speaker ample time to respond.
Good morning, ma'am. Italian. I have here a question. What are the potential risks of data privacy breaches in digital banking, and how can Union Bank mitigate this risk, ma'am?
Kindly repeat it again. I'll just roll in this. Okay? Can you repeat it again?
What are the potential risks of data privacy breaches in digital banking, and how can Union Bank mitigate this risk, ma'am?
For the data privacy that is always sent to clients through their mobile and email. So confirmation. So and with that, and at the same time, if you have this Union Bank app, there one thing that you can't do is to have the screenshots. Usually you do screenshots on your phone for your transactions, but with the app you can't do it because for the safety and the security of the account. So this is part of the platform, especially that doing screenshots on your app, it can't be done, especially with transfers as a security of the bank or your account. I hope I answered that.
Ma'am, you said that how can make it ano transparent para sa itong for the people you've sent the transaction, ma'am.
application. So every transaction you have, you also have an equivalent email for that. So if ever you send something, or you can also see on the transaction history, you can also screenshot that so you can share it to the persons that you have been able to send funds to. That's the equivalent part.
Thank you, ma'am. Everyone, open and question and answer. You can raise your questions para ma-answer ni ma'am.
Okay. The questions are, what are the requirements of you opening a union bank account? You can open a union bank account with just one ID, one government issued ID. But for but it depends on the ID. We have if you have the national ID, it's accepted. You have the passport, you can open it down. And you can do it online, just downloading the app and have it screenshot, do a selfie, and you can have online. You can have a Union Bank account already. There are different types of accounts. There is the one that you can open via app has no maintaining balance, but has an annual fee of 350 pesos. However, if you were able to maintain 25,000 for a year, or for, 25,000 monthly, and you can continue it for a year, your annual fee will be waived. So all you need is to have the ID, and especially if your ID has the addresses. There are times that we have encountered problems in opening an account on app, since usually the app doesn't recognize like the two secondary IDs. Like secondary IDs is a company ID and a team ID. So once you upload that, the app would require you to go to the branch, to the nearest branch, and have your account open, since the branch officer should be the one to assist you on opening the account. So that's the usually the our process once clients have that problem. Fake IDs right now, transactions, scam is very rampant. So they do scams with almost everyone. So as part of branch operation, we try our best to verify IDs that are sent by clients. You would always see that the difference from a real and a fake one. Uh, and it is so almost real that every that it can be surpassed if you're not very good at looking at IDs. Especially there are times I've also had this experience of being a part of uh, the back end part of the ones handling the account openings. Once a client sends a selfie with an IDs, this would be routed to our head office. There is a dedicated team that would be able to do an KYC or know your client. So as part of that, we would scrutinize IDs, selfies, and information encoded by the client. As a bank, we also reject clients, especially there are times that if they do a selfie, it is not a formal selfie. This is true from our experience. There are clients that the selfie is not formal, as if they even formal in a sense of it's like they are just they would send almost you once you see the picture, it's like very it's almost naked in this part. It's like they're just at the house, took a selfie, just did not put some t-shirt on. There we also usually this automatically rejected because it does not uphold it must be formal when doing a selfie. So at the same time also there are IDs that they would upload um, and doesn't match their details. And then once that IDs doesn't match details, there it would be routed to another unit, and that unit would be able to contact client to check the details, since there are times that their latest IDs doesn't match uh, the details that they've given that they have transferred the houses or they've already relocated, they change companies. So for that, as a union bank, we double check with client for the details before we can approve or disapprove their applications. So that's how it goes for digital account opening. Since it's this the normal thing now. There are still persons that go to the branches, but as of now, you can do account opening anytime, anywhere. So at the same time, you would also see we have also the back end. The back end of checking even at night. I mean, they have this shift. Uh, they are separated in by shifts. There's since digital opening is also part of the bank, so there are dedicated officers for this shift, for different shifts, to cover the 24 for the whole day. So if you could see that there are times also there are also delay because due to the volume and bulk of applications. There are also clients that they are trying to open more than one. But as a union bank personnel, we also counter check that because what's the purpose of having two or more accounts? And it usually also is routed to another unit to check with client, and it would be handled differently. And if they would reject or approve the application. Okay. Investment and insurance. Okay, the next for investment and insurance, we are partner with InLife. We have this bank assurance. So we have this training just a few days ago because uh, since almost all the banks have offerings of investments and insurance. So with this, our partner is InLife. But for us, we always have this tagline. It's not insurance but protection. Your investment different companies, different types of products that uh, there is a dedicated personnel for us, we would refer them and discuss and assess their needs so that the insurance officer or the bank assurance officer would be able to give the product that is suitable for their profile, because not every product is um, is applicable to everyone. It always varies with the age group. So it is much better that we would assess the clients more to be able to ensure every transaction with them. If there are clients that always go to the bank, we have a dedicated officer that would cater to them. She would be giving the client a call and discuss for the needs of of the client and the products that we can offer. The there are we have this very the there is a common product that usually that clients avail. It's a sure cover, and it's like and also investment and protection. So um, it can be withdrawn after 5 years, but you just have to uh, the minimum of 2,000 a month for payment for 1 year. So for that, but it would be is in a lock-in state that you can withdraw it after 5 years. But that investment it also earns. So many clients also that's the usual product that clients avail. So another question, if there is one.
So I think there's no other question now. And thank you everyone for those thoughtful questions. And a big thank you to Ms. Gatchalian for taking the time to answer them with clarity and insight. Now, it's time to show our gratitude. On behalf of everyone, we'll now present a certificate of appreciation to Ms. Mary J. and Gatchalian for her valuable contribution to our event. Ms. Jessamine